What's up guys, back again. Today's video is called It's Okay to Embarrass Yourself While Everyone is Looking. And I've stolen that almost word for word from a YouTuber I watch called Elijah Long. So it's only fair I say that, link in description. It's very true. Okay, it's very true. I don't want to say this real quick, like obviously you don't want to be aiming to be weird. Like weirdness exists for a reason. I'm not saying like turn off your social filters completely, that would be unwise. But we've really swung the pendulum. You know, when we get trapped in our minds and our thoughts, we actually go somewhere else. We're bloody delusional, man. Like the level of anxiety I had growing up from small things, and I know that it wasn't just me. I know a lot of people are the same. This like rigidness and overthinking and anxiety about the smallest things is actually crazy, and it's such like an unnatural state to be in. I'm not saying there's not like a reason for that always, but it's like, bro, there are people who are nervous about smiling, about being seen, about taking photos, about you know what I'm saying, sneezing in class. I've been in some of these places perhaps, but it's still like it's crazy, right? But what happens when you let those anxieties conquer you is it just gets deeper. You just get bullied by your brain into not doing anything, and there's people out there who just live miserably and have these ultra low opinion of themselves, and they're scared to just be real or speak up or whatever it is, you know. A lot of people are scared to go to the gym. What the hell? I've seen a lot of people embarrass themselves in different ways. Naturally you do, right, in life. And I'll tell you something, it's very rare that I care at all about like what they've done. If just picture a confident, picture an anxious person, yeah, and picture them you know what I'm saying, walking in a corridor and dropping all their like books on the floor. Think about how they'd react, and now think of the same for a super confident dude. It's actually crazy to frame it like that, because my point is like confident people will do the exact same mistakes, the exact same things as someone who's really overthinking, but they just won't care as much, you know. They'll play it off, they'll be confident, and they don't have to like be deceiving to play it off. They don't have to play all these little games to make them seem like less bothered or less cool. Like people can just chill if they're confident, and people like it actually affects the way you see the action. It's like less like secondhand embarrassment, it's more like drop these books. Like obviously you have times when someone does something super embarrassing, but even then it's usually like, if people are talking about it or making fun of it or whatever, it's usually because of the event. It's usually because it's entertaining to talk about. It's not like shame, you know. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, by the way. I know a lot of people like are horrible, and a lot of people are bullies, and a lot of people make people feel bad about stuff, but for those people it's kind of their bad, right? You get what I'm saying? Like it's if someone's making fun, let's just say dropping your books, it might be a stupid example, but if someone's making fun of you for dropping your books, it's like, what the hell? Like a lot of these things are unworthy reasons for someone to feel bad or to be made fun of, and that's one of those things that is quite a good like frame, quite a good mentality for like where you don't need to feel anxious or awkward or bad about something. Is like, don't be doing some dumb stuff. But if what you're doing is actually unreasonable that someone would like make fun of you, or it's actually not something that's like wrong, you know, it's just a mistake, it's like, bro, that's no reason. Like a lot of people beat themselves up for that, and it's actually crazy. Don't do it, innit? Someone doing that will just kind of leverage what they can get away with to make fun of someone, you know what I'm saying? They try and use it for their advantage. I don't know, I would say it's usually not like valid. I think it's just a shame that it's a cycle like that. But yeah, that's why I'm saying, bro, it's okay to embarrass yourself while everyone is looking. That sentence alone is powerful, bro. And it's like, as I say, you don't want to seek embarrassment, but you just want to like Like, if you're chasing something good and there's embarrassment or anxiety along the way, that's good. There's blessing in failure, bro. Like, it's the biggest cliche ever, but it's actually true. It's like the master has failed 1,000 times more than the amateur has even tried. It's like, it's so true. I don't think many people would be anywhere without mistakes or failure or any of that. I've definitely had times, probably like anybody, where I've embarrassed myself a bit, and it's always like, it's like whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like whatever. People forget about it. People don't care. Obviously, if you randomly like grab someone's like piece of artwork and stamp it on the ground in front of them, stuff like that is not like that. That's valid. Why people would be mad at you, or people would be like, what the hell? But most things, bro, it don't matter. And it's like it can actually be freeing to make a mistake, I find. It's like I was so rigid growing up sometimes, and just realizing that, like, if I messed up, or if I like you know what I'm saying, in a presentation I might be super rigid and like, hi guys, I'm talking about, and it's like learning that if I'm speaking in front of people, I can just breathe. Don't matter. Can kind of, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't actually matter too much what I do with my face. That might be a bad example, but you get what I'm trying to say. From mistakes, you really just learn, okay, what is actually weird, first of all? What is actually a mistake? And how can I do better? And how can I relate to people? And I think when you're more confident, you actually see that most people are a bit insecure, a bit anxious. What the hell? Sorry. Most people are insecure, a bit anxious. And if you do mess up, it's usually the reaction that you give, not necessarily immediately, just how you respond to going through something like that can actually shape like how bad it is. Like, I had a video called how you deal with hard times shapes your life or something, and it's completely true. It's not my idea, but yeah, it's actually a comedian I was watching, and he was on like a stage in front of people, like one of them live TV shows, sit down shows, and he was with Conan O'Brien. His name's Norm Macdonald. He was just speaking to Conan, and he just midway through while he was speaking, he started like picking his teeth. He started going like, and Conan was just like looking at him like, what you doing? And he was like, I have something in my teeth. And this guy was doing this in front of everybody, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Hope you get the lesson from that. Obviously, you don't. You have to have tact, okay? You have to have, there's certain times and situations that stuff can be played off more than others. And other ways you can kind of be just more calm and have more of a clear-headed sense, like less of a brain fog of like what's going on, being less anxious, is like, you kind of just have to work out what you're taking in, like prawn or porn. That stuff, that is the most anxiety, brain fog stuff ever. It's bad for the soul as well. If you're not exercising, it will do similar. If you're not, if you're taking in like, drugs or alcohol or psychedelics or anything, that will mess it up. TikTok, all of that stuff. Also, all this self-improvement stuff really does help. And the biggest thing of all is Jesus Christ and God, you know. I have a video about seeking that, you know, I'll link it in the description. But essentially, I feel like I've learned all of this self-improvement stuff, all of these things. It really does, like, all the good parts of it shape around God and Jesus. And, like, they're kind of, like, empty philosophies without it. But with it, I mean, it's the realest thing ever. And, you know, finding out you have a soul that's going somewhere for eternity is kind of summon. The other little thing I'd say, like, one of the ways I think to be less embarrassed about stuff or more confident maybe is just be truthful and don't lie about it. I think it's easier to be anxious and rigid when you're trying to hide something, when you're trying to be when there's some subconscious shame, or you're just lying, or you're just being deceiving, or you're fronting about you're trying to be prideful, you're fronting about your confidence. So yeah, speak the truth. That's another video I have. None of these are really my ideas, but what you take in with this self-improvement stuff really affects your state. You know, when something like crazy big happens in life, crazy significant or crazy bad, happens, like you go through a really bad period of suffering, whatever it is, sometimes as well it's a reminder that all these little anxieties are stupid and they're not worth worrying about. So yeah, God bless you, bro. But if there's one thing to take away from this, don't trip and seek God. Pray, honestly, bro. I don't want to just be a broken record, but just pray and look for God in Jesus. There's no harm in looking for it if you seek with truth and if you seek sensibly. So like, I truly believe, I'm pretty sure, if you seek with a genuine heart, you will find. And if you find out God is real, that would be the best moment of your life, if you truly become faithful to Jesus. So God bless you. Have a great day.